The particular incident that happened with me was, something in my fourth class standard. I hardly had any clothes to wear. I asked my parents and my father for a clothes, and he couldn't give me clothes, and he gave me his banyan. कॉलेज में जाके मैंने कॉलेज के समय ही मैंने मतलब कि नेशनल लेवल 6 नेशनल लेवल्स जीता है टेक्निकल कंपटीशन में. द बेस्ट थिंग दैट वी डू is do good for the people in our life. मैं नाबम सरबंग प्रोफेशनली सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर और इस वक्त ड्रग फ्री अरुणाचल एनजीओ का चेयरमैन हूँ और एक कंपनी का मूनवर्क सॉफ्टवेयर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड मुल्क सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी उसका सीईओ हूँ. और मैं बात शुरू करने से पहले मैं मेरा बैकग्राउंड बताना चाहूँगा कि माय पेरेंट्स आर इलिटरेट and I belongs to really remote, poor, the parents, and I started my education in the very remote area where there was no electricity, there was no road connectivity, and we used to survive in the fruits collected from the forest. And seasonal fruits, and I want to tell the particular the story happened with me during the my schooling time, that we didn't have any the good facilities, not even notebook, no books, or I hardly had any clothes to wear, and the particular incident that happened with me was, something in my fourth class standard. I asked my parents and my father for a clothes, and he couldn't give me clothes, and he gave me his banyan, right? And I wore that banyan, although it was oversized to me, and that oversized, the banyan actually helped me. So after wearing that oversized banyan for my father's banyan for months, and it got torn off, कि जैसे कि ये जो ये है पट्टियाँ होते हैं जो ये मैं यहाँ से टूट गया था. टूटने के बाद उसको मैंने क्या किया कि मैंने यहाँ से काटा, यहाँ से काट के फिर यहाँ से फिर छेद किया, फिर उसको ऐसे मतलब हाथ उधर लगा के पहनता था. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि हम लोग जब पढ़ाई करता था उसमें हम लोग का ना कपड़ा था और ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी था और ना रोड कम्युनिकेशन था, ना खाने का सुविधाएं थे. तो उस बैकग्राउंड से हम पढ़ के भी मैं आज तक क्या किया और कहाँ तक पहुँचा ये मैं बताना चाहूँगा. तो ऐसे करके मैंने पढ़ाई जो है गांव से पढ़ के फिर थोड़ा शहर में निकल गया. शहर में निकलने के बाद मैं जब अरुणाचल एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम, ये जो अरुणाचल प्रदेश जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम का अटेंड किया, जो अरुणाचल जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम में मैंने स्टेट में टॉपर तो नहीं लेकिन टॉप रैंक में आ गया था. लेकिन उसको टॉप रैंक पाने के लिए मैंने कभी कोचिंग भी नहीं किया और कभी एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस भी नहीं ली, और वैसे मतलब कि गांव से आके और मेरा मेहनती से मैंने अरुणाचल प्रदेश जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम में टॉप रैंक के वजह से मुझे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के ज़रिए से मुझे इंजीनियरिंग कोटा मिला और मैं बाहर चला गया. तो बचपन से और खासकर जो क्लास 8-9 से मेरा उम्मीद ये था और मेरा सपना ये था कि मैं कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर बनूं. तो हम लोग का अरुणाचल में ऐसे एक माहौल अभी भी है और पहले से है कि फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस अगर इंजीनियरिंग में पढ़ता है तो सबके प्रेफरेंस होता है सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, और लेकिन मैं अरुणाचल जॉइंट एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम में टॉप रैंकर्स होने की वजह से मुझे सिविल इंजीनियरिंग में मेरा फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस मिल जाता था। लेकिन मेरा पर्सनल चॉइस, मेरा प्रेफरेंस था कि मैं कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग पढूं, तो इसलिए मैंने कंप्यूटर चॉइस करके बाहर गया। तो बाहर जाने के बाद मैंने वहाँ इंजीनियरिंग कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ा, और पढ़ने के बाद मैंने कॉलेज में ही मतलब कि ख़त्म होने से पहले मुझे कैंपस में जो रिक्रूटमेंट हो गया था, और यूएसए का कंपनी में मुझे रिक्रूटमेंट हो गया था, कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट। और जब दिल से जब लगन होता है कोई भी चीज़ में, जब दिल से लगन होता है, मुझे लगता है कि ये कोई भी फिजिकल फाइनेंशियल कोई भी बैरियर नहीं बनता ज़िंदगी में। तो मैं ये खुद एक्सपीरियंस किया है, क्योंकि मैं इतना रिमोट एरिया से, जो कंप्यूटर क्या होता है वो कभी मतलब कि क्लास 10 तक कभी छू के नहीं देखने वाला, ऐसे जगह में जाके कॉलेज में जाके मैंने कॉलेज के समय ही मैंने मतलब कि नेशनल लेवल 6 नेशनल लेवल से जीता है टेक्निकल कंपटीशन में। ना मेरा पेरेंट्स, हम लोग का गांव में पूरा अरुणाचल में कोई भी उस समय में टेक्निकल होता था, लेकिन मेरा आजू बाजू में कोई मतलब ऐसे नहीं था जो जिसको इंस्पायर कर सके। लेकिन कभी कभार जो रेडियो से सुनता था, या जो हम लोग का एक टीचर ने एक कभी एल्गोरिदम क्लास पढ़ाते और कंप्यूटर के बारे में बताया, उस सिंगल क्लास ने मेरा ज़िंदगी को पूरा बदल दिया, मेरा सोच को बदल दिया। तो उसके जरिए से मैंने उसकी वजह से मैंने मतलब टेक्निकल इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में ज्वाइन किया कंप्यूटर पढ़ के, और उसमें कॉलेज में ही मैंने मतलब कि इतना नेशनल लेवल में कि 6 प्राइजेस मिलने तक मैंने उस लेवल में, कॉलेज लेवल पे मेरा टेक्निकल कॉम्पिटेंसी को दिखा पाया। लगता है कि ये मेरा लेवल से मतलब कि बहुत अच्छा किया है। तो उसके बाद जो प्रोफेशनल लाइन में मैं ज्वाइन करने का बाद मैंने सीधा यूएसए का कंपनी एमएनसी में ज्वाइन हो गया, वन ऑफ द टॉप कंपनी के साथ ज्वाइन हो गया। बहुत अच्छा सैलरी था, और हम लोग जब ज्वाइन किया था उस समय में यहाँ की जो इंजीनियर और जेई का सैलरी था 8,000, हम लोग का प्लस 35,000 उसमें हम लोग को मिल रहा था। तो ऐसे करके नो कि आई हैव वर्कड विथ कि नंबर्स ऑफ यूएसए कंपनीज, एंड आई हैव गॉट द चांस टू develop the first 4G and 3G technology in the world, and I'm one of the luckiest person in the world that I was one among the engineers who have developed the 4G technology right in the core of the technology, and बहुत कम लोग privilege मिला है उसको। और उसका बाद में ये हम लोग का इंसान की ज़िंदगी में अभी तक का इतिहास में बहुत मतलब कि जो मोस्ट जो इंसान की ज़िंदगी को टच करने वाला ऐसे 2 टेक्नोलॉजी और 2 टेक्नोलॉजी मतलब डेवलपमेंट समय आया है, और वो है एक तो कंप्यूटर। जिस दिन से कंप्यूटर आया है, दैट मार्क कि द पीपल, हाउ द पीपल वर्क and how people live their life, right? And the next changes that has taken place is the advent of that mobile technology, and specifically 3G and 4G technology. And I have been fortunate enough to be part of that 4G technology, and especially part of that group of the 4 first engineers to have developed this 4G technology, and we have got it, we have delivered it to the lot many countries, and most of the service provider like Airtel, Reliance they are using the software that we have developed during my professional time, right? So ऐसे करके मैंने I have spent almost a decade in the professional life with the multinational companies, mostly from the USA's, and I have got a chance to work with people from many countries, and very talented people and scientists and people who have made a lot of impacts in their life through technology, innovation, and the invention and others. And that's been really fortunate for me. And at the same time, I want to tell here is that I was with, I was with, and still I'm with the people who have been impactful in, who have been making impactful in their lives through technology, innovation and development and others. But while looking back, from the place where I have come, and my background and my education, the upbringings and others, considering that, like, I really feel that, I really feel that when someone is determined, so when someone is driven inside, there is no hurdle that that can block somebody from achieving those dreams, right? And they can, the hurdles may delay, but say, it will not block, or it will not hinder somebody from achieving their dreams, right? And that I have myself have the experience it, and especially during my college time also, I stayed for days or two without food, and I studied without books, and also, and even without paying the college fees also. So those were such a tremendous, the challenges and trials, but still, I was successful in overcoming those trials, and I got a chance and positioned myself to develop technology for the rest of the world, and people are using it all over the world, and that's kind of satisfaction that I have got, right? And specifically at this point of time, when we see there is a road communication, although however the condition may be, but there is a road communication, and there is a electricity, and even if there is no electricity, there are the different the substitute, like this the solars, like candles, and all these things are there. And with these privileges, with these facilities, at this point of time, our youngster can really, take, those opportunities, and use those facilities, and make themselves really, the successful person in their life. And this is what I truly believe, being here at this point of time. And although I have not achieved, something remarkable, in terms of the materials and the other consideration, but professionally, I think I have, satisfactorily achieved for personally, and I have also got a patent for that, for my invention, technically. From remote areas, from the rural areas, whose parents is illiterate, who has not seen technology or any kind of that till class 10 or other, like, for achieving this is really remarkable, right? And I'm not saying this I have done great things in my life till that. I'm saying that, if the person like me, who have come from that kind of background, have done this much, what I want to say is that you can do much more than them. Whoever is seeing us, the youngster, you can do a lot more than me, and this is what I want to tell you, and this is what I know. I want you to do it, or I want you to achieve it, right? Yeah. So when I look back, or when I look at the society, the most of the things that I see is, the most of the youngsters are, purposeless in life. They are not driven. So whatever the situation or the stage of life you are, whether you are a small kid or whether you are adolescent, whether you are old people, the first question that we need to ask in our life is the purpose of your living. The purpose of your living. So the first question that you ask every time repeatedly is why you are alive. That why am I alive, right? So with that, the second question that we need to ask is what differentiates me, as human, from the rest of the creatures, including mammals, animals, trees, grasses, and all that you see, right? So the very thing that differentiates us human and you from the rest of this creature is that you have a sense, and you have a mind, you have a sense, and you exist for a purpose. And if you don't find your purpose, and if you don't ask this question and you don't find your purpose, your life will always be directionless, right? So my request is that, always ask this question, what is the purpose of your life? Okay, so when you find and realize the purpose of your life, that is the time when you discover yourself, and that is the time when you will discover yourself, and that is when you will start improving or making impact with your life. And until that, you will not make much differences, right? So this is the message I want to pass. And after having experience with the talented people outside, and working with them for so many years, what I have come to know is that the people in our state are very talented. Our tribal people are really talented. What we lack is we don't polish ourselves, and we don't apply our skills and ability, with the particular with plan, or in a polished manner. This is where we fail lots of the time, right? So in our Arunachal Pradesh, most of the time, the commonly that I get to see and hear the complaint is that, we don't have the opportunity here, and we don't have, the jobs here, and we don't have the companies here. This is what commonly I hear from the youths, especially from unemployed youths. And we have a lot of people who have graduated in different the streams, like civil engineer, computer engineer, electronic engineer, and they are forming an association in the name of unemployment, that association, right? We have failed to understand that when there is opportunity, that is the time when we have to create an opportunity for the rest of the people. These companies, we need to understand that these companies are made by the people, and those people have established a company. Those people show the opportunity, and they have established company, and that's when they are employing the people. That is where the opportunity lies. When there is no place to, there is nothing, and that is the opportunity, right? If there is no company or no employer here in Arunachal Pradesh, that is when you have to get in there and establish a company and employ the people there, and you will be the owner of that company, right? So with this, I want to highlight one particular scenario here in Arunachal Pradesh is that most of the people, especially the educated people, they prefer a government job, right? And there are different reasons to it, and I know government services in government sectors are very good one. I don't discredit that, but let's see it from the different angle. Okay, I really respect the people who are working in the government sector, serving the society, but let's look it from the different angle. So take out any remarkable people in the world, from the beginning of the history till that, who have made the significant impact in any scientific field, in any historical aspect, or any the creative works. They never belongs from the government sector, right? They were the exceptional people who have made such a euphoria for themselves that the government came to them and depended on them, right? So while respecting all the government officer, I want to pass this message to the youngster that don't complain that there is no opportunity, that there is no company. Wherever there is a people, they need service, they need product, they need all the conveniences that is available in the world. If any of them are missing in Arunachal Pradesh, that is where you have to get in and establish those organizations which will give that product and which will give that services. And that is how you will employ yourself, empower yourself, employ as many numbers of people you are, right? So most of our people don't have the perseverance to pursue one's dream. We try at certain point, and then we leave that that work, and we don't run after that. And I tell you that how you define the success and what is the success means to you. Okay, we need to understand that anything or everything that we get for free or without effort, it's not the measure of success. It's not the result of success, right? So have you ever loved the word success somehow? You want yourself to be successful person, and do you love the word success just simply somewhere? If you love the success, word success, and if you want to call yourself as successful, we need to put an effort, right? And how do you measure the success? Okay, success are measured in different ways. Some measure it in a materialistic way, some measure it in the intelligent quotients and others, right? But other question that we need to ask is what is the sweet of the success, right? The sweet of the success, I would say, that is the measure of the triumph that one achieve over the failures and the hurdles in the life, right? So if we defeat or triumphs over the numbers of failures, that is when you will achieve the success. And that is when you will be proudly, attach the word success to your name, right? So that is when the people will call you as successful, right? You might be working so hard for anything or everything, specifically in materialistic term, right? So let's ask this one question, what is most important in one's life? Okay, is it a material? Is it a name? Is it a fame? Is it a knowledge? What is it? Right? So anything that you possess materially, at this point of time or any point of time, those things you will leave the moment you die. You might leave some of your property to your children, to your relatives, but let's remember that your children will have the independent life, the way you are living, the similar life they will have, right? As a parents, what you can give is give them the good education, give them the good start. They will, accumulate property much more than you, or they will earn name more than you. But the material accumulation that you are doing or we are doing may be destroyed or maybe lost, or maybe the material that we accumulate, that material that accumulate, that will be left after the moment we die in our life. But the most eternal thing that will live with your name attached is how good you have done and how important you have done for the people, for the society, for the human race. Take out any person in the history who have accumulated, who have been the world richest in every year, right? Their name will not be in the history, but the people who have made impact in the human life, their name are always remembered. If you want to live a magnified life, if you want to live an eternal life, the best thing that we do is do good for the people in our life. Material accumulation, it is required for the limited amount and quantity, but that is not the everything that we live for, right? That is not the everything that we live for, and that's the reason that I have left my job, the high-paying, the corporate job, right? That if we are living as a human being, we should be, living with a purpose and serving the other human being, right? And if we can do something good for the society, it will bring changes to the society, positive changes to the society. That is what it will connect with your name, not your material, not your any bungalow or anything materialistic possession. That will not attach with you. So this is especially to my youngster. I want to pass a message to you that if you are living a life and understand and recognize the purpose of your living, and what you want to achieve in that life, and those achievement, property achievement, material achievement, or anything that achievement, how important is it to your life? And if you can identify that, and at the moment you identify that, that is when you will start living your life. Therefore, to give this kind of the environment, where the maximum are people, especially the young generation, will live a meaningful life, devoid of any disturbance, social disturbance in the society. I have started, drug-free Arunachal NGO in Arunachal Pradesh. So as we know, the drug has been like an epidemic in Arunachal Pradesh. It has affected, almost every third family in the society, directly and indirectly. So those people, once it is affected in the family or the area, it psychologically affects everybody in that area, or specifically in the family. So to get rid of this problem, we have initiated a mission to reduce or eradicate this drug from Arunachal Pradesh, and that's why we have started a drug-free Arunachal. And through this drug-free Arunachal, we want to create an environment, the peaceful environment, where the young generation, the children will be, especially the youngster, will find a peaceful place or environment to discover themselves and live a meaningful, the magnified life. Therefore, I request the youngster to find yourself, stay away from drugs, and live a meaningful life. Thank you.